guys, and welcome back to Let's Talk About It. So today, y'all, we're just gonna talk about stressful work environment. I don't know if y'all deal with it at y'all job. I know I deal with it at my job. It's only with me at my job. It's only with one person, and I will get into details about that, y'all, because let me tell you, I think I done been hiding it from my manager like for a whole year, just sweeping it under the rug with this one certain person. And last Friday, I just exploded, y'all. No, last Thursday, I exploded. But we're gonna get into this first, and then we're gonna hop on into that. So, stressful work environments. So y'all know I like to start off with a quote. So the quote say, "May you be proud of the work you do, the person you are, and the difference you make." Okay. So regardless of what you're doing in life, y'all, just be happy, just be proud of that. Whether it's your own boss, you're working for someone, doing a 9 to 5, in that moment, try not to think negative, because when you do think negative at work, it does impact your work. Trust me. You'll be having a whole attitude for no darn reason, only because you don't want to be at work. So let's try to change that. And I have another quote, y'all. It was funny to me now. It might not be funny, y'all, but I'm goofy, so it was funny to me. If each day is a gift, I like to know where I can return my Mondays, because on Sunday nights, I just get that little drag like, fuck, I gotta go to work tomorrow. But y'all, I work at a clinic. I love what I do. I love helping my patients. I'm a receptionist, so I work the front desk. So you see me before you even see your nurse or your doctor. So I try, like, you never know what people are going through. So I try to, encourage them, uplift them. Now, my patients, some of them love me, some of them don't care for me. But the ones that love me, they done bought me money with a card. One lady, she owns a diner. She done made me a homemade burger. One person bought me a tropical smoothie, but I just be doing my job, but to them, I made a difference in their life. So with the lady with the card, oh my gosh, y'all, she made me cry. I was at the front desk crying, y'all. I wish I had my card. You know what? Hold, please. Let me read you my card. Okay, y'all, I found my card. So it says, "Lord, you brought someone special to mind. I pray you will bless her, give her a day filled with your goodness, touched by your love and overflowing your joy. Dear Yolanda, thank you for being there to help us. Your kindness and your smiling face makes our day brighter and better. God bless you back more and more, with love." And she signed it. And, it's a nice little thing in my card. But y'all, isn't it cute? So I just be getting like cards, and that touched me, and that makes me want to go harder for my job. But we're going to get back into what we're really talking about, which is stressful work environment. And then I tell you about my stress at my job. So why is your work environment so stressful? It can be a lot of things of why your job is stressful. It can be the type of work you do as far as the labor. It can just be draining. You have certain people that drain you. But one of the number one reason that we might feel stressed is due to our situation at our work, because it's disorganized or messy. And if you work with a lot of messy people, it can be very stressful, because as women, when you work with a lot of women, you got a lot of hormones, you got a lot of attitudes, a lot of personalities. It's a lot. Like, I work with a lot of women, but dang, I just thought about it. It's still just one person. Maybe two. Maybe 3. But everybody else, they be minding their business, and we all get along. And disorganized. Like, if your management team is not put together, how you gonna function? That's one thing. Like, communication is the key. I feel like communication goes with anything: relationship, job, going to the store to buy something. You know, it's all communication, and some jobs lack that. And with this community, with this organization, you don't know what is what. Like, how do you run things here? If your manager don't even know, how do you know? Or if you on your own and you just started out and you're trying to figure everything out, you might be disorganized, but at the end, you're going to win. So don't even let that stop you. Or the lack of support from managers. That, right, when you feel like you can't go to your manager and she supports you, that's the worst feeling ever. Y'all, let me tell y'all about a situation that I felt like my manager didn't have my back. I was working at Sephora and I was a manager, and I felt like the training wasn't up to par. And it's like every time the big manager would come in, it was always a problem. Like, as far as the girl's not in dress code, or this is how we're supposed to do this. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what was the training? Like, if y'all gonna coach someone, at least make sure they had the correct training. Because if they don't got the correct training, how do they supposed to know? And then they're coming to you for help and you pushing it away. You pushing them away, or you just pushing it under the rug. Like, sometimes people need that support from management. It's too much. It just be too much. And the bullying, y'all, bully comes in all types of forms. Bullies just don't have to come up to you and do da. Bullying you can make one simple mistake, and instead of them coming to you to talk to you about it, they go straight to the manager just so they can try to get you in trouble. Listen, we all grown. Everybody pay bills. You can't get me in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So don't go brag about it. That's bullying to me. And I think I made a Facebook status a couple of weeks ago that I work with a lot of crybabies. I do work with a lot of crybabies that's like 40 and 50. My niece and nephew don't even do that much crying. Hell, all the kids I be around don't do that much damn crying. But, you know, they done got so used to getting their way that if they don't get their way, they're going to have a fit. So at that point, it's like the manager not going to see your side. They're going to see their side. And how can work environment be stressful? When I saw this, like the noise, I really did understand noise that can really be stressful. Because in my opinion, if the noise is making you stressful, I just feel like you're just unhappy there and you're irritated. So noise never really bothered me with my job. Lack of privacy, that irks the shit out of me, y'all. I have one employee, we gonna call her Nosy Rosie. The other day was my nephew graduation. And so I was put on a calendar that I was gonna come in late. So I get a text message asking when I was gonna come back to work, and they was like, no rush. It was just a simple fact. The girl was like, is Yolanda not coming in? So is she just not coming? What time she's gonna be here? Like, why is it any of your concern where I'm at? I don't ask you where you at when you leave at 2 or 3 o'clock and can I go home? Can I go home? Why? It ain't my business. Like, I don't care. You know, so why are you worried about me? Like, nah. If my own manager not worried about me, why are you worried about me? Don't understand it. So I feel like it's no privacy at my job. I feel like everybody try to be in your business. Poor lighting. Yeah, that can be boring if your light not right. It can be really boring. Especially, I feel like if it's more dimmer than anything, I feel like you'll be asleep. That's just my opinion. Poor temperature. Yes. If you like cold, hot, it's like you can't focus. You're going to be fidgety. So I can understand that. Just people in general, if that's in customer service, the clinics, your patients, your customers, anything, it can really be stressful because you can handle, like if a customer brings in a return and they don't have their receipt, and the policy is if you can't return this without a receipt, then they get mad, they get attitude with you, then you get attitude with them, then the manager stop in, then it's like, oh, y'all just mad for no darn reason, you know what I'm saying? But it is a policy, But it's like, it's not that serious. It's not that serious, y'all. Like, for me, I don't really got stress in my life besides my job. That's about it. My job. Well, damn. Yeah, my job. And that goes for, your coworkers too. As like I told y'all, at the end of this, I'm going to tell y'all what happened, y'all. Like, I can't believe this. Can't believe it. When do you know your job is becoming stressful? When you're feeling anxious, when you're irritated all the time, or depressed. When I was working at, where was I working at? I was working at Sephora, and I knew it was time for me to do something else when the hours was getting cut, and I started falling out of love with makeup. It just became like, oh, gotta go to work. Like, I would call in because I felt like I'd be doing something that I'd be happy doing, because it was just too much pressure. And a lot of people don't know, especially if you're working like a 9 to 5 or something like that. Some managers don't know that when they put a lot of pressure on you, your jobs tend to, you get depressed, you get stressed out because you feel like you're not doing your job correctly. It's like, what am I doing wrong? And then sometimes it's really stressful when you're doing something wrong and your manager don't come correct you. Like, correct me. I need to know what I'm doing wrong. I don't want to be looking out here looking crazy. Loss of interest in work, like I stated, when I fell out of love with makeup, when the changes came and I just didn't want to do it anymore. Like, I wasn't happy. So that's another reason why, when you know how you know your job is becoming stressful. Problem sleeping. If you're going to sleep at night and you're still thinking about your job, it's time to move around. Like, you shouldn't be going to sleep thinking about your job. Like, when you walk in your house, that's your house, is your peace zone. It's your safe zone. You should be bringing your work home. And I had to learn that a long time ago. Never bring your work home, because if you had a bad day at work, you can bring that energy into your home. And if you have a family, like, they can feel that. So always, and I think that's what I always do when I come home, even though I feel like it's a form of self-care. When I get home, especially if I'm having a bad day, I will sit in my car outside my apartment for like 10 or 15 minutes just to collect myself, get myself together. Because I know when I step foot in this house, I don't want to think about work. I don't want to be stressed. I want to come in here, cook my dinner, clean what I got to clean, watch TV, and just relax. Turn my brain off and just relax. I don't want to think about work. So leave your work at work. And that's probably why I can't do an at-home job, y'all. Because I don't want to see that computer. I might knock it over, especially if I had a bad day. I might knock the whole system over and then leave it down for the weekend. And I'm like, oh yeah, Sunday night I got to put this back together. I'm good. And trouble concentrating. If you sitting at work like me, y'all, oh, I be not concentrating at all. My brain be like on a treadmill. It just be running and running. But it's just because I be bothered and irritated because I sit beside a person I don't want to sit by. So I'm going to have to move my desk so I can actually focus. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. So, and I don't know about y'all, but I have learned this in the past year that, well, I guess I never really paid attention to it because I was still young, so I was just in my own little zone. I didn't know that having a stressful job or work environment can play a part in your health. I didn't know that. I didn't know that it can cause high blood pressure, because now I've been diagnosed with high blood pressure last year. And for me, I can say how that happened was I was very, very stressed about a year and a half ago. And it wasn't even dealing with work. It was dealing with more of my personal life. And I kept hearing that saying, you know, stress kill you faster than a bullet. So I was like, all right, I got to get myself together. You know, I got to shake this. But sometimes when you're going through life, you can't really shake certain situations. It takes a minute and it takes time. And so I was like, well, I got to be on blood pressure medicine. Okay. Then I started dealing with work. It was more with a person that would just say the most stupidest shit ever. I work at a clinic, so when somebody come in, they already sick. They don't want to deal with an attitude. So for a person, like, I don't like how this person talk to the patients. It's like she pick and chooses who she want to pick on. And I have to sit there and listen to her talk to this patient while I take care of my patient. It's been plenty of times that patients come in that clinic and be like, no, I don't want you, so I'm going to go to her. I'm like, okay. Like, I got a long line and it's, you know, it's 2 other people working, but everybody want to come with me. It's because how I treat people. And it irritates me when someone is talking down to somebody. Like, I hate that with a passion. Like, why are you don't know what they're going through. Why are you talking down to this person? I hate it. I'm going to try to, but high blood pressure, headaches. I have one employee now, a co-worker now, that she's been having headaches for a couple of days because of the lunatics at our job. Our job is not hard at all, y'all. Like, we deal with patients, but you got to deal with all kind of personalities. But it's just people thinking that you're trying to get them fired over little stupid stuff that you, like, they keep throwing you under the bus. And that's one thing about my job. I feel like it's not a team player, well, teamwork, because if you make one mistake, instead of them coming to you to talk to you, when they do come talk to you, they bragging because you made a mistake. Then they go throw you under the bus. That's not teamwork, y'all. It's not. And then they be mad because they say, oh, it's cliques at the job. It's not cliques. It's just how you talk to people. You have to learn how to talk to people. You cannot talk to people any kind of way, y'all. You can't do it. Anxiety, like your mental, that can play a part. Like any job, especially if it's a stressful job, yeah, it can play a part in your mental. Like, I don't think I won't be a good counselor, because if I know somebody, my foot sleep, y'all, I'm sorry. I know if someone comes in there and they telling me their life story, I know I'm an emotional person. I'm going to be crying with them, trying to help them. And I'm just like, oh, Lord. Like, I cried one time because someone came in with high blood pressure problems, and I know how they feel. And I'm about to cry with them. And they were younger than me. I'm like, I don't want you to go through this stuff. You know, you need your medicine. So, you get short-tempered. That's me, y'all. I done got to the point that I get short-tempered now. Thursday, I went from 0 to 100. There's no middle with me. So I always try to just keep myself together, because how people can talk to somebody in a professional way and be like, okay, you know, I can't do that. So I just smile, and then it just broke, and I just released the dragon. A weak immune system, like, it can weaken your immune system. I didn't know. Well, that kind of makes sense though, because if you're stressed and you're not focusing, not sleeping, and if you're doing that, then that means you're not eating. So I can see that. It, like I say, just depend on what job field you in. Like, I know my mom's a nurse. She's been a nurse for a long time, and I know to this day, you know, she have to have her mental days because she be stressed too. Okay, tips on handling a stressful work environment. I'm just going to be real with y'all. Number 1, quit. you better quit that motherfucking job and go find you something else. Because, baby, I was about to quit my job and go work at McDonald's. Like, I love what I do, but I just couldn't keep dealing with that coworker. Like, I still can't. So I had to call in the next day after I explode on her to get myself together before I go back in there Monday, because I wasn't trying to choke her. So, yeah. Eat healthy. I guess because it stimulates your mind a little bit. If you don't eat nothing too heavy and make you drowsy and lazy, you still gonna click on somebody. Walk on lunch. It's getting kind of hot outside, so if y'all just want to walk around y'all building or something like that in some air, you know, just move around your desk. If you're doing a sit down desk, just move around. Get proper sleep. So I just, on Monday, well, it come on Sunday through Thursday, I have my sleep focus on, and that has really helped. Because I be in the bed, it comes on at 9 o'clock. So after 9 o'clock, I don't get nobody text messages. I don't get no phone calls. For certain people, the people, you know, they can still reach out. Other than that, you can't reach me. I won't check your stuff until the next day. It's because I need to go to sleep so I can deal with this crazy person that I work with. We just gonna call her crazy lady. Make time to exercise. Get up and move your body, y'all. I'm over here really preaching to y'all about that, but I need to get up and move my body. Take lunch by yourself. I used to take lunch with my coworkers, but now I kind of take it by myself, only that I have to deal with a crazy person, and my brain needs to relax. It needs to relax. Understand expectations. Understand that if you're working for someone, that things are always going to change. Some of the changes you won't like. If that's the case, then, you know, find you something else that'll make you happy. Don't stay there and you're not too fun about the changes that they're making. And one thing I have learned is when you're short-staffed, that can really play a part in your work environment, because it's like you're doing 2 or 3 jobs and it's just you and you're not getting that proper help. Even if you're asking for help, it can be hard at times too. Avoid conflict. Y'all, that one, listen, I tried to avoid conflict for a whole year. It didn't get me nowhere. Like, nowhere, y'all. To the point I had to tell this woman to shut up because I was going to whoop her ass. That was at Walgreens. Yeah, I told her I was going to drag her up and down the floor. That's a whole different situation, y'all. When it get like that, it's time for y'all to go. Go back to what was that number 1 tip? Quit. So I deal with this coworker. She sit right beside me. I didn't think she was that insane until I started sitting beside her. Because I used to sit at the end. The end, I was so peaceful. Nobody bothered me. I was in La La Land. I was living my best life at work. Well, I had to end up moving by her. I think I started sitting by her when COVID came. Yeah, when COVID. So, this woman has no filter. Sometimes you don't even know who you're going to get with as far as her personality. And I will always, you know, just be like, you know, Yolanda, that's just her. That's just how she is. I talked to my manager about it. I felt like she wasn't going anywhere with it. I felt like I was going to have to go higher up because of her attitude. So Thursday, because today is Saturday. So Thursday, I was at work, minding my own business. And one thing about any job, if you have to discuss something with a manager, I really feel like it should be done on the floor. And that's with retail, with anything. You should always go to the manager's office. But at my job, they don't think regular, okay? They don't think regular. So I overheard her say, you know, I work by myself. I really do. you know, Yolanda and so, they just be talking, and, you know, I just feel left out. But, you know, that's how it is working with kids. Did she have me a kid? All right. I let it slide under the rug. Slide under the rug. So I continue to do my work. So another coworker ticked me off because it was some documents I had on a computer that didn't belong to her. She was just working on that computer and deleted my whole files that I needed to put in this patient chart. So one of the managers asked her, why did she delete it? You know what her response was? Why she didn't scan it in their documents. Now keep in mind, I already had all this build up stress, blood pressure going to the roof because of this person. So now, and then after what she just said, so now I'm just like, all right, I'm about to lose it. I'm about to lose it. Before I know it, I said, oh wait, I said, because bitch, I didn't finish them because I didn't have fucking time. That was strike one. I knew. I was irritated. I was beyond irritated. I started shaking. And when I shake, it's a wrap. So I'm sitting down. So a coworker come talk to me. And I'm just talking to the coworker, you know. And before I know it, the crazy lady, are you talking about me, Yolanda? Are you talking about me? Y'all, before I knew it, I think my blood pressure probably went past the red. I was heated. I went smooth off on her. And my coworker was trying to get me to come outside, but she said, I don't know where that strength came from, Yolanda, because I couldn't get you off the chair fast enough. I kept telling this lady, shut up talking to me. Just shut up talking to me. And then she tries to play the victim role. Anytime somebody feel like they have enough courage to call you a kid when you're a grown woman and you pay your own bills, when they can call you a kid, when they can talk about you because you called in because you're having some health issues or you just having a mental health day, anytime they can run to you and complain because a patient didn't want to check in with you, they want to check in with somebody else, and they never ever see they wrong, that's a problem. And I say that's why my job is so stressful. Because they be so worried about not firing nobody, not coaching no one, but you're creating a bigger problem when you don't stop it. And I feel like I can't talk to my manager because it feel like it goes in one ear and out the other. But when I called in Friday and I explained to her why I called in, she opened her eyes. And I told her that Thursday, I was so tempted to leave my work badge on her desk. I've been working since I was 16 years old. I met a lot of different personalities. I seen a lot in each settings of my work environment. But I never worked with a person like this in my life. 33. Never. I don't want to call her racist because I'm not for sure, but I do watch and I do hear how she talks to certain people. And I know everybody got their moments in their days. I get that. But when you come in there constantly and it's like you already negative, how can anyone talk to you about anything? One day, I just simply asked her if she was finished batching so I could take the bags upstairs, and she completely snapped on me. I didn't have no attitude or anything. So I'm just like, I can't with her. I can't. So after dealing with that, I really do see why a lot of people quit their jobs. They quit it for their health, because you come first. You come first. They quit it because they feel like they're not getting the support from their managers. They feel like working with co-workers, if it's sexual, if it's violent. Is that what I want to say? Violence? Violence? I don't know. We're going to come back around it. I'm just going to say bully. If it's bullying, and if it's just, I don't even know what to call it when people talk about you, but you know they're talking loud enough just so you can hear it. But you know they talking about you. They want you to hear. I don't know. I don't know what I want to call them. But people like that. And another number one is because you want to work for yourself. And I'm all for it. Work for yourself, honey. Make your coins. Make your own schedule. You know, your life will be hectic, but it'll be so amazing because it's something that you want to do. And I cannot wait for that day. Like, I can't. I think the only person, and when I started working for myself, the only person I probably work for is my mama. Because the things that she want to do, I'm down for it. I wouldn't mind. The only thing she told me, though, when she hired me, I can't play my rap music, which I don't really listen to rap. It's more, I don't know, I'll be all over the place, but it's more like T-Pain or something like that. Oh, she not going for that. And Boosie. Well, she definitely not going for Boosie. But that'd be about the only one. Or if whenever I decide to get remarried and I want to do something with my husband, I'll probably do that. But I don't know. I tried it. Well, he was a different type. She was a different type. Let's call she. She was a different type. So I might enjoy working with my new husband, you know? Might enjoy that. But, you know, y'all, just to be honest, if y'all feel like y'all cannot deal with the stress at y'all work, either seek out for help or try to solve it, especially if you like what you do, y'all. Because I love what I do, y'all. I love meeting the people. I love listening to their conversation sometimes. That's just my nosy side. But I think that's the only thing that's stressful is that one person of my life. So, you know, what is y'all stressful moment or thing at work? I would really like to know what makes your job so stressful. Is it the coworkers? Is it the clients, your patients? Like, what make your job so stressful? And, you know, until time, you know, thank you for watching. I hope I kind of help, you know. I just want to come on here and share my story too. But I want to listen to y'all's story. So what makes your job stressful? Comment, like, and subscribe and let me know, and I will get back to y'all. Until then, thank you. No, until then, see you next time.